Hey everyone, my name is Umar Salih, and I'm going to start off this video with a quick introduction to FoodSavvy. FoodSavvy is an app that would allow users to essentially do the following. It would track and update their kitchen inventory. It would also then show recipes catering to what users would already have in their inventory or in their kitchen. And FoodSavvy also aims to create a community of like-minded people who love learning to cook and also love supporting each other. And FoodSavvy would help people to save time, money, and also improve their skills. And the app would basically cater to people who want to save money, improve their cooking, and also get more of their money's worth for their groceries. And to just start off with the user studies, the first screenshot here indicates why we deviated from creating an app that caters to nutrition and healthy eating. And that's because most of our respondents clearly stated that they are not picky with the nutrition facts, meaning that if they would not mind having a meal that has a high calorie count or like it's high in sodium or fat or sugar, etc. And this is why we deviated from creating an app that's more health and nutrition centered. And the second screenshot here indicates what sort of social media they used to. So you can see that Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok are very popular, meaning that our app's explore page is going to be video and picture based. And lastly, this screenshot also indicates that it basically says that our idea is in fact executable and it has potential to grow because an overwhelming majority of our users do cook. And the 16% that did state that they never cook, it's because they do live with somebody else who does do the cooking. And so therefore it can still cater to the household if you think of it from a different perspective. And I'll be starting off our demo as well. All right, so here we are in the app, and when the user opens the app for the first time, they would be on the onboarding screen. And the first part of the onboarding screen would just show you the core functionalities of FoodSavvy as such. And then lastly, it would take you to the second part of the onboarding, which would show you a bunch of ingredients that are basic household ingredients, and the user could add some of these depending on what they have. It's basically going to be meats, eggs, milk, spices, potatoes, common stuff, and then they can move on from there, where they would land in the home screen, which would show recipes catering to their inventory. And Davidson will be taking it from here.
Hi, my name is Davidson Ramos, and I will be taking you through the pantry section. Upon clicking the second option in our bottom navigation, it'll bring us to this screen. Here we can see the user's current pantry, which are the ingredients the user already has on hand. We can see when each ingredient was last updated, and as well for certain ingredients, the expiry date. The ingredients will be placed into categories for better manageability. On the top of the screen, we have a search bar where the user can look up in certain ingredients or certain categories. When we click the update button, it brings us to this screen where the user can manually update the quantity for each ingredient. We can also manually add certain ingredients. Another feature is we can also delete certain ingredients. One of our main goals for our pantry is to make the process of adding and removing less of a hassle. A solution that we came up with this is a scanning feature. When clicking the scan receipt button, this allows the user to be able to scan a shopping list or a grocery receipt. This allows the app to do all the work and bring the user back to what we want them mainly to do, which is going through our recipes. And I'll be bringing this to Ola for that explanation.
Hello, my name is Ola, and I will be taking you through the recipe section. The recipe section is the main goal of our application, which is to show our users different recipes based on their pantry and just help them make better choices with food. Here we can see they're divided into a number of categories, just recipes based solely on the pantry. And further divided into low-calorie options and vegan options. If you click on the see all, that shows you an extended list of the recipes where you can pick whatever one. And on first glance, it also shows the time required to make these foods and also the calories involved. For the purpose of this prototype, I'll be clicking on the veggie rice. So here, this is a recipe detail screen. It shows an image and also incorporates part of our social section into the app because it shows you the number of people that have tried a recipe and the recipe rating. Here we have the time for the recipe and a short description, along with the nutritional information as the carbs, protein, calories, and also the ingredients. And for the recipe making, we decided to go with a step-by-step model because this lets users know how many steps they have left and also just gives them the time to acclimate on each step as they go along. So let's say step 1 is preheating the oven. When they're done, they click done, which takes them to the next step. And here you can see this step requires some time. So we included a timer in the app. So once they start this step and they click on the timer, it sort of just goes along. And when it's done, it sends a notification to the user if they're not on the app just to come back, as it ensures people don't get their foods ruined or burned. So done. After that, you go to the next step, step 3. If you're done with that, click on it. And you can see as you're going along, it also just, the UI just indicates what steps have been passed and what step you're currently at. So you garnish with sauce. And finally, when you're done, it tells you to serve the meal. And just to ensure users stay in the app and just have that sense of continuation, you give them the option to post or just go back to the main recipe screen. I will be making a post so that way I can show you the social section of the app. So making a post takes you to opens the phone camera, and there you can take a picture of your food and just enter a caption and just pick the categories of what the meal you just made is in before you finally post. And here is the social section of the screen of our application. Here you can see posts by various users just up there. And based on our user studies, where users like the Pinterest, Instagram, that's what we modeled this based on. And here you see popular posts and also vegan posts. I'm going to click on one of the posts just to show you what it looks like. Here we can see a large picture of the post along with the user name and the caption involved. You can also like posts, or you can add them to your collection to try for later. And it gives you the option to try similar recipes. So this way, always having multiple options on a page ensures our users don't just meet a dead end. And from here on, I will go to the profile screen. So the profile screen has an element of gamification and just loyalty. So that means users don't always only come to our app to just check recipes and cook and leave, but also just ensure that they post pictures of their recipes in their collections. You can see they have like saved recipes that they would like to try later on. And here we also rank users based on the number of recipes they've tried. As you can see, this user for this prototype is a 5-star user, is a master chef, that's the title. And they've tried a total of 28 recipes. So if users want to check that out, they just click on the number of recipes. And here they can see what recipes this user has tried. And that is it for our prototype. I will be passing it on to David to continue.
In our prototype evaluation survey, the majority of our responses found that it was easy to navigate through our app, which is awesome to hear, as one of our goals was to never have our users feel lost at any point. We received some suggestions for features that our users found were missing when using our app, and we took all of them under consideration. We have already addressed the suggestion of a back/rewind function, as it was a quick fix and would improve the user's experience, while the other features will be implemented in our app moving forward. And that concludes our presentation, and thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Thanks.